Hi, my name is Jaime Reyes. I work with two PhD, Pedro Jimenez, Alejandra Jaramillo, professor from the Military University from Colombia. Our work is titled Divers of Tropical Insects Visiting Cocoa Flowers. Why are we interested in cocoa? In one hand, we are interested in cocoa for being a product of global interest, and also with interesting economic and cultural benefits. More than 50 million people depend on the cocoa for their livelihood. But on the other hand, we are facing a climate change that influencing unexpected cocoa deficit, as well as lack of knowledge of biological aspect of cocoa. When we look at the bibliography and we found that an estimates 100 cocoa flowers, only 2 or 3 will be pods, we ask ourselves several questions. One of them, how does pollination affect the production? In 2020 in Sulawesi, Indonesia, Martinez found that the production increased the pollination and increased the profits 59%. They are a percentage that we cannot ignore. Our study area is located in Huila Department at the south of Colombia. Paicol is a town based on agriculture and tourism. The structure of the area is a tropical dry forest. We studied 7 farms, some near to the forest and others far from it. We decided to study 3 different topics. First one is floral biology. We need to know what's going on in every single stage of the flower. Second, flowers visitor. We want to know the difference of insects between day and night and also near and far from the forest. Finally, visitors versus pollinators. We have to differentiate these terms if in the future we want to talk about production. To carry out this work, we made direct observation and we write down each inch of the floral structure since the flower was closed. Also, every hour since the flower opened, we did a stigmatic receptivity test with the hydrogen peroxide. For the insects, we only took into account those that were on the flower. This is one of the proofs we have. In this one is one of the time-lapse video that we made. In this case, it's the recording of a night. We see that the movement of the flower is made at night. With the data from the videos and the direct observation, we were able to differentiate the floral anthesis by the stages. With the data, we built this figure of floral biology, showing us that the female and male stage of the flower do not overlap, that the flower falls between the 4 and 5th day if it's not pollinated. The movement of the flower are carried out at night, preparing for the day, or when there is more flower visitors activity. In the case of species richness, we saw an increase of Coleoptera, Diptera, Hymenoptera when they are near to the forest. But while there is more abundance of dipters away from the forest. In short, we saw an increase of species richness when being close to the forest. While being far from it, we found less richness and greater abundance. In floral visitors through the day, it's evident that Hymenoptera lead the richness and the abundance, but at night, Coleoptera appears showing us the dominance that we cannot underestimate. This table showing us the importance to study the nocturnal floral visitors of cocoa. Here we can see the different plants and insects interactions. Some are weaving with the floral structures, while others can prey on the cocoa flowers. We need to clarify that the floral visitor is very different from a pollinator. A pollinator is a contact with the male and female parts of the flower, as well as the ability to transport pollen, not just the pollen that the insect uses. Here's an example. This bee has pollen on its abdomen and also in another parts of its body, but not just in the corbicula. These are some of the many conclusions we have, but one of them is certainly that important parts of the history are still missing. Thanks for listening, and if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact us and talk more about the subject. Thank you.